Prologue. Jerry Warden has the demeanor of a used car salesman, and even though he's as transparent as a dinner glass, my mom can't seem to see through him. Or maybe she does. Maybe she just doesn't care. It's hard to tell because my view's obstructed by tears. The room's big for an office, but small for a waiting room. It seems to be some cross between the two, with cushioned chairs along one wall and a round table in the center. I know it's nothing more than a set, strategically arranged to convince parents to give away their children. Over Jerry's shoulder, the late June sun beams through a window onto the table, casting a circular shadow on the tan carpet. Traffic passes on a 2-lane road running through Anacortes, Washington. If I thought I could make it, I'd jump through the glass. I don't mean to cry. I haven't done it for as long as I can remember. But as I sit across from the tall, weaselly man with missing teeth and graying hair, something grows in my chest. It's like a sickness, only that's not what it is at all, and before I have a chance to take charge of it, it expands like a marshmallow in a microwave, overflowing into my stomach, up my throat, and out my eyes and nose. I hear my stepfather's voice on the other side of my mom. "For the love of God, Tony, you're 14 friggin' years old. Man up," my mom says. "John." "Don't John me. We talked about this." "I know we talked about it, but you don't have to." "What? Put my foot down?" "So the boat leaves in less than 40 minutes, Jerry interrupts. When I look up, he slides a pamphlet across the table, stopping just under my mother's nose. She clutches my stepdad's hand so snug that her knuckles are bone white. I imagine water couldn't even seep between their fingers. Tapping the shiny folded paper, Jerry says, "This is the level system." "Yeah," John replies. "We saw it on the website." Not missing a beat, Jerry explains. "Everything at Secret Harbor is set up for success. I know what you're thinking, Tony, but it's not like that. There are no locked doors in the home. You're not a prisoner. It's all incentive-based. We reinforce positive behavior by allotting privileges to boys who level up. He'll begin automatically on level 2. Well, technically he'll start on level 1. They all do. But it's only temporary, a transition period. After 2 weeks, he'll get his level 2 and be able to use the phone, go to the activities building. We even have rec equipment." Looking at me, he asks, "You like weights?" I want to kill him. To punch John in his face. To take my mother by her chubby shoulders and shake her like she shook my little brother when he was a baby. To put my face in hers, bare my teeth, and scream, "How could you do this to me? How could you just send me away to live on some island like an orphan?" But all I can manage is to put my head down and sit with my own hands in my lap, sniffling, watching tears puddle into the stained wooden table. My mom says something about me loving weights. My stepdad snickers, complains about the set he bought me for Christmas being used once, then sitting in the yard collecting rust. Whatever else is said fades out as I think about Karina. She was there this morning when they picked me up from juvie, waiting just outside the entrance like we planned. We were arrested together, but she was released first because her mom isn't planning on giving her away. I was escorted to the door, and the first thing I heard was my mom's voice, full of venom. "I want that little person removed before I pick up my son." The guard knew Karina because she had been in juvie more times than me. She told my mom there was nothing she could do, and my mom wanted to argue, but she didn't. She just took me by my arm and pulled me outside. My memories are cruel. My head's a mess. Jerry won't stop talking about the boys' home that he runs. I don't care what he has to say, but there's a finality in his tone, and I hate him for it. So I just shut him out. It was warm already when my mother dragged me from juvenile detention. Still, Karina sat, curled up on the last step at the bottom of the stairway in a black hoodie with her head covered. My mom and my stepfather both took my shirt in one hand and pulled me toward her.